Thank you to Virginia Beach for hosting us, and thank you to the Hampton Roads Global Commerce Council as well. And good morning. It is a pleasure, of course, to be with everybody. Looking across this room, I see the partners, champions, and friends who make the Port of Virginia not just successful in our day-to-day operations, but an essential part of the fabric of the Commonwealth and our nation's supply chain. So I really want to start by thanking you for all the work we've done together and all the progress that we continue to make. There is much to be proud of, and I hope you'll agree as I go through this that there's even more to look forward to in the year ahead. 2024 was a strong year for our gateway. Our performance, our investments, and our people are redefining what it means to be a modern American port. We're infusing innovation, resiliency, and responsibility into everything we do. How to shape cargo moves to and from the country and to and from the Commonwealth. We continue to establish and reimagine what it means to be America's most modern gateway. And of course, that's why I am not surprised, and I believe others are not surprised, that CNBC named Virginia the #1 state for business. And they specifically raised the infrastructure score for our state, and we are very proud of that ranking. That recognition and growth stems from a shared commitment across the port, the Commonwealth, and our partners to implement modern infrastructure, deliver best-in-class service, retain high-skilled, talented labor, and facilitating site readiness. With these tools, we're creating the blueprint for the future of the American supply chain. And all of us in this room collectively are its architects. Every single one of you is bringing this vision to life. Those of you who see the promise of our gateway, our customers and port users, real estate developers, third-party logistics companies, and our supply chain partners. Those who keep our trade moving and secure, federal and state local officials, the United States Navy, Coast Guard, Customs and Border Protection, and the Army Corps of Engineers. And those who set our operation apart, your dedication and hard work, the members of the International Longshoremen's Association, and a team I'm proud to be part of, our 480 Port of Virginia colleagues, and I believe there are 34 of us in the room here today. Together, we're doing more than the essential work of moving goods. We're laying the foundation for the future of the supply chain that starts right here in Virginia. Now, before I get to that, I'm going to acknowledge a certain elephant, or what I would call an ultra-large container ship in this room, and that's a word called uncertainty. So uncertainty, it is the one thing that every port, shipper, importer, and exporter is wrestling with right now. We've all seen the headlines. China refuses to take the bait, businesses scramble for tariff playbook, tariff turmoil prompts cloudy forecasts. This is, of course, the world we're operating in, a very precarious global trade environment shaped by geopolitics that I can't control, that we can't control, and when things are changing quickly, the result is exactly what unsettles business the most: unpredictability. So uncertainty makes companies pause, reconsider supply, and yes, of course, that has ripple effects on us at the Port of Virginia. But I do want to have a look at the fine print and how policy shifts are actually hitting the ground, or in our case, the docks. Because when you do look at that fine print, you'll see that in Virginia, we've prepared and we've positioned in ways that we can manage this very dynamic environment. So I want to start by reviewing a few data sets that will highlight our position. First, there's a lot of discussion about US ports and our trade ties with China. So if we look at the graph, you'll see to begin with that for East Coast ports generally have a smaller share of their cargo being from China. And that then amongst East Coast ports themselves, we are lower again at 20%. So let's have another look at who do we, the Port of Virginia, trade with. So our largest trading bloc is the European Union, then China, then India, and Vietnam. And if you were here last year, you would have seen, of course, that we've had tremendous growth from the South Asian and Southeast Asian markets in the last few years. So today, We're in the somewhat fortunate position of being the least exposed major US port on trade with China. And we maintain a more diverse mix of trading partners that supports a strong and steady book of business. Now, we are, of course, looking forward to new trade agreements. Now, you might recognize I have a British accent, so I'm a dual national, and we got one done, right? So I can stand easily now. There's plenty of more to come. But of course, we are looking forward to stronger trade agreements, the certainty that that will give us as we strengthen American supply chains. But if tariffs do change the nation's trading portfolio, the one thing we can be sure of and confident is that the Port of Virginia will continue to excel. And in fact, we have, of course, those of us in supply chain, been through all of this in the past 5 years. But the Port of Virginia has been agile, we've delivered world-class service, and we're demonstrating a much greater resiliency than other gateways. Another recent announcement has came from the United States Trade Representative, which heard the industry's concern and adapted a ruling regarding Chinese-built ships. So we've performed our analysis, we've stayed close to our ocean carrier customers, a number of whom are with us today, and we're pleased to say we're really not expecting a number of major changes from this announcement. We're not expecting the number of services or the port ranges that are served. Each of our customers and their respective alliances will continue to have the opportunity to deliver US services with either non-Chinese built ships or vessels exempt from those fees. And further for us, our region's deep connection to the US military means we move more containerized cargo on US flagged ships than any other port in Virginia. That sets Virginia apart as a prime hub for growth with a stronger United States fleet. So yes, I am confident, not because we can predict the future, we can't, but because when I compare the fine print in these policies to our business, I can see a clear path forward for our gateway. So we've laid a foundation that's strong, it's flexible, future-focused. We've made deliberate, smart investments that make us ready to turn uncertainty into opportunity. But of course, our job is to move cargo safely, responsibly, and efficiently, no matter what the headlines say. And thanks to our strategy and preparation, we're not just staying afloat, we're steering straight into the future stronger than ever. In times like these, it does, of course, often take help to take a step backwards, to look at where we've been and where we're going. Over the past year, we've made significant progress, and we've launched new initiatives that ensure we'll be ready for whatever does come next. As we look at what's driving our momentum, 3 key accomplishments stand out, and so do 3 new initiatives that were shaping our future. And together, these 3 and 3 are more than just a highlight reel. This is our blueprint for continued growth and proof of our momentum. So let's begin by looking at what we accomplished in 2024. First, our performance across every metric that matters was strong. We set a goal in 2021 to cut all safety incidents in half, and we continue to progress consistently towards that objective. Our top priority is maintaining the safety and the well-being of our team, and we're proud of the work we do every day to uphold the highest safety standards. Our target is to be the safest port in North America, and we will continue to invest in people, systems, and in incident response, and we will collaborate with all the agencies that keep us safe and secure. A safe port is an efficient port. The same technology and systems that keep our team safe ensure we can effectively and seamlessly deliver for our customers. Our ability to seamlessly handle more cargo is the result of strategic investment in infrastructure and equipment, and our team's dedication to building and maintaining partnerships that set our customers and port users up for success. This growth in container volume positions Virginia as the fastest growing American port. We know that when customers and port users choose a port, they're planning for the long haul. So to see Virginia atop of this chart for the second year in a row is a testament to your trust, our innovation, and the service that this operation sets us apart. Our financials reflect the strength of our business and our investments. We have a proven track record, and that track record is allowing us to win the trust of our shareholder, the Commonwealth of Virginia. This positions us to work together with our board to make much more significant long-term decisions. And last, but certainly not least, we continue to deliver everything I just mentioned. Safe operating practices, greater cargo volumes, strong financial stewardships, all while operating at industry-leading efficiency levels. Half an hour in and out for our trucking partners, 32 hours from ship to rail, an especially great year in 2024, and 33 crane moves each and every hour. Efficiency isn't just a buzzword for us, it is built into everything we do. It's the result of a world-class team backed by smart, integrated systems. When we say efficient service, we mean it, and we will prove it every day. The next of our three accomplishments is that we are truly big ship ready. Our gateway is equipped to handle the largest ships in the world from the moment you enter our channel until the cargo hits the road. Virginia has the deepest, widest channel on the East Coast. Having the widest functional channel means our two-way passage has no choke points, and when dredging is complete later this year, our 55-foot depth will be able to accommodate fully laden vessels. That means our harbour has zero air restrictions, great for offshore wind, and zero depth restrictions for our bulk and container vessels, going in and out of our harbour. Zero. Our expansion at Norfolk International Terminal Central Rail Yard has increased our annual rail capacity to 2 million TEU. And we've also completed our upgrade of Virginia Inland Port in Front Royal, and in partnership with Norfolk Southern have just announced the new Rail Green Corridor. That gives our customers an opportunity to further reduce emissions in their supply chain. Together, these investments and partnerships are elevating rail service efficiency and reach that increases access to America for our port users. And new ship-to-shore cranes are operating at scale to ensure every inch of our terminal infrastructure is equipped for larger vessels. Combining our wider channel with greater berth and crane capability cuts that vessel turnaround time by up to 15%. So all of this supports a broader logistics network designed for speed and efficiency that can reach 75% of the US population in 2 days. With strategic rail partnerships and highway access, Virginia is your gateway to and from America. The last of our three is the pinnacle. We're showing that world-class logistics generate significant inbound investments. The markets around our Hampton Roads and Richmond terminals have seen incredible growth in the past few years, and that is delivering real value for our communities and for the Virginian economy. Looking at some of these highlights, our agricultural export transload capacity is growing through combinations of our first-class railroads with our world-class port. Expansion from Purdue, and new investments from DeLong, International Feed, and Raymont Logistics cement Virginia as the nation's leading gateway for agricultural exports. It is international import distribution that's driving our growth. And the success of our infrastructure and the impact of our efficiency is seen through the continued attraction of third-party logistics and cargo owners to Virginia. Just this month, we have seen announcements from Target, with 1.4 million square feet in New Kent, Transnational Foods expanding to 350,000 square feet in Suffolk, US E-Logistics starting up with 150,000 square feet in Hampton, and this morning the governor announced a 2 million square feet facility to support Lego in Prince George. That is 4 announcements in 4 weeks. The modern gateway we have built throughout the Commonwealth is the catalyst for projects like these that transform our state and our region. Our work supporting Dominion Energy's offshore wind hub construction is actually complete, and now we're looking forward to a really busy year as monopiles, towers, nacelles, and blades all transit the port. These are the largest, heaviest assets this port has handled in our history. The picture on the slide is a 4,000-ton piece of equipment. We've never handled pieces that large. And now we can take our expertise and we can leverage this to support our region's shipbuilding industry. Now let me talk about the second set of our 3 and 3. How are we building for the future? First, the Commonwealth is investing in the arteries that keep cargo flowing. These are projects that are essential not just for commuters, but also for freight. The Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel expansion and the widening of Route 64 will, in our view, accelerate inward investment and growth to New Kent and the peninsula. And in Suffolk and the Isle of Wight, Route 58 and 460 improvements are supporting major port-centric developments. These infrastructure upgrades will improve traffic flow and safety by unlocking more reliable access to our port, because when highways move faster, so does trade. Second, we're expanding our capacity at Norfolk International Terminals. That's a tongue twister. This project will give us more flexibility and lift capacity where and when it's needed, with added berth strength, crane capability, yard space, and support for larger vessels. It is a strategic move that strengthens our ability to scale ahead of our customers' needs and deliver the fast, consistent service you've come to expect. And third, we're pushing forward on innovation and modernization, supported by major federal investments in new electric assets and equipment. These assets allow us to implement the latest equipment, improve our efficiencies, and support American-made solutions. They're a recognition of the soundness of our business, our operating model, and our infrastructure objectives. Each one of these projects is grounded with a clear purpose: to raise the bar on what our customers can expect from a modern gateway. This means more than just bigger and faster. It means implementing new technologies and strengthening global connections that will move forward with efficiency, sustainability, and excellence. It means fulfilling our vision as the architects building the future of the supply chain. Our progress and our resiliency aren't just measured in containers, port calls, cargo volumes, and crane moves. It's reflected in jobs, inbound investment, and long-term economic opportunities. That is our blueprint for success, one that connects our world-class infrastructure with real-world results. The Port of Virginia is a powerful catalyst strengthening local economies. We're advancing the supply chain, and we are helping position Virginia as the #1 state for business. And the proof is everywhere. It's Carnival Cruise transitioning its City of Norfolk operations from a seasonal port to a year-round home port that can accommodate 150,000 guests annually. It's successfully staging the nation's largest offshore wind project at our Portsmouth Marine Terminal, proving that our gateway can handle the scale and complexity of major industrial components. It's the commercial and real estate expansions happening throughout the Commonwealth. It is the decisions of major importers and exporters to bring their distribution to our state and trust us to serve them. It's providing the financial stewardship to make long-term decisions and to invest in the port upgrades and capacity in lockstep with you, our customers. It's the resiliency and agility of the logistics hub to operate in a way that adjusts to the changing in trade and the surges that will cause. And it's the success of our industry throughout all of Hampton Roads, home to the world-class harbour, the nation's largest naval base, and a thriving hub for maritime innovation and education. And none of this happened overnight. It has, of course, happened because we've been investing in the long game, in people, technology, and infrastructure. These long-term investments are positioning us as the economic engine for Virginia, generating results that ripple across the state and the nation. Our gateway is now powering a logistics marketplace that supports nearly 570,000 jobs throughout Virginia, contributing $63 billion to the state's GDP. And nationally, it's supporting 1.3 million American jobs and contributing $153 billion to the US economy. That is the impact of the work we all do to help keep the essential pieces of the nation's economy moving. Trade is a critical part of this world and, of course, this country. So while uncertainty exists today, we believe there is no replacement for the role we play at the heart of American supply chain. In this industry, we all know there are no days off. Our work runs every hour, every day, through weather, through change, through uncertainty, and the job is always to deliver. At the Port of Virginia, we take this responsibility seriously, and that's why we plan, we invest, and we execute for the long haul. The progress we've made and the initiatives now underway, our three, are proof that we're not just adapting to the future of trade, we're actually going to shape it. Our strong performance, big ship capabilities, expanding world-class logistics ecosystem make me confident in our current footing. And our statewide infrastructure, ongoing terminal enhancements, and new equipment prove that our future is bright. That is, we believe, the Virginia advantage, that's the Port of Virginia advantage, and that's the advantage of America's most modern gateway. Together, we're designing and building the future of the supply chain, and I believe it's all happening in this room here. Thank you for your continued support, your partnership, and thank you for the confidence in our team. Thank you.